you and Senator Rubio, the co-chairs. And, you know, I have served as chairman of this commission in the past. I'm ranking member of the commission today. This is the one area where there's total bipartisanship, bicameral cooperation on behalf of human rights, especially facing the egregious abuses being committed by Xi Jinping each and every day against the Uyghurs. We have raised this issue for decades. I remember the first time I met Rabia Kadir when she was permitted to leave the country. They had a couple of her children incarcerated. Now the entire family is incarcerated, as are so many of your family and friends who are here today, who are from the Uyghur community. When Mir Tursun testified a couple of years ago before the commission in 2018, she said she was targeted because she asked for a torturer, "Why are you doing this to me?" And was told, "Because you're Muslim and because you're a Uyghur." We are talking about crimes against humanity on a massive scale. We're talking with regards to what is being done to the Uyghurs, something we have not seen since World War II. And the Chinese government, and particularly Xi Jinping, needs to be held to account for this egregious behavior. And that means the UN, the United States, and everyone else around the world need to be raising these issues. The Muslim countries need to be far more outspoken in their condemnation of this genocide against the Muslims in Xinjiang. So we're here with a report. There is continuity to this report. We look back at last year, look at any changes, reforms, not much to talk about this year. This has been a horrific year of human rights abuse by Xi Jinping in Beijing. The Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act, which we've pushed since 2014, was signed into law. Now we're calling on the president to faithfully and aggressively implement it, and I believe he will. You know, Secretary of State Pompeo has spoken about the situation in Xinjiang, for example, and in Hong Kong more than 20 times. They've raised religious freedom repeatedly. 2 large summits held during the summer months where religious freedom was focused upon, and there was no other country in the world that was more in the crosshairs than China because of the ongoing, what Xi Jinping calls the Sinonization of all faiths. Falun Gong, Christians, Tibetan Buddhists, Muslim Uyghurs, all have to now comport with Xi Jinping's Marxist-Leninist viewpoint, or else be incarcerated or be subjected to re-education camps or even death. So it's a huge problem. This commission will continue to speak truth to power. We also know, and I've been working on this since 1979, my first term in 1980, the pervasive use of forced abortion and forced sterilization continues, but it's also being used in a horrific manner against ethnic minorities, especially the Uyghurs, as a way of population control and as another manifestation of genocide. So we need to raise all of these issues